About the Fearless Insurance Company.
Fearless Services Insurance is, you know, we call it Fearless because that's my nickname. As you know, when you grow up and your name is Fairless, in school they call you Fearless Fairless. So that was always my nickname. So I did, years ago, to facilitate motorcycle sales, I opened a insurance company. Somebody comes in, you come in on Saturday afternoon to buy a bike. You want to finance it. I can get you financed, but you can't take the bike until you have coverage, insurance coverage. Well, there's no insurance companies open on Saturday afternoon. But if I sent somebody to school, they could be the insurance agent. So 15 years ago, I sent my daughter to school to be the insurance agent. So I would just do insurance if you bought a bike. That's all it was just to facilitate a sale. And then about 5 years ago, I work with Allstate. I build bikes for them for displays and stuff, and they said, why don't you become an Allstate agent and grow your business? And I was reluctant to do it, and so finally I checked into it, and they sent some people out to talk to me, and I decided to do it. We're still an independent agency, but 98% of everything we sell is Allstate, and it's going great. The company is growing and growing and growing and growing.
You're selling home insurance?
Yeah. Yeah, we saved a guy the other day. We bundled his motorcycle insurance with his homeowners and his pickup truck. I saved him $330 a month, and he said, that's exactly how much my Harley payment is, $330 a month. You're making my Harley payment for me, Rick. And I said, okay, there you go. And that's with Allstate. So you ought to let us look at yours.
Well, I might just do that.
But, and you know, Biggin, Lena, my daughter, she's one of my agents. She can look at it. And the cool thing is, they'll look at your declaration page, and if you're good, she'll look at it and say, Richard, you're good. You got good coverage at a good price. You know, you're good. You don't need us. Okay. But if you're not, sometimes people are undercovered. Sometimes they're overcovered, or they have coverage that they don't need, or sometimes there's stuff lacking. It's basically a tune-up. She'll look at your deal and tell you where you're at. She'll tell you if you're good or you're not good or whatever. You know, it's just an evaluation of your current situation.
Okay, so come in and see Lena.
See Lena, yeah, okay. My daughter Lena.
All right, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Now tell me about you said one time that if someone could bring in an ad to show a price on something, you'd match it.
Yeah.
In your parts department.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a little harder to do with the internet. You know, I mean, what you're saying goes back 25 years, but it's still pretty true. You know, I mean, I've always said, even at the paint company, I'd rather make a little bit of money than no money. You know, so if somebody sees a price on some tires or whatever, most of the time I can match those. Sometimes I can't, because sometimes, you know, there's companies that their only business is tires, and they're online, so they're buying tires thousands at a time, where I'm buying them 4 or 10 or 20 or something. So, you know, they're getting a lot better deal than me. And the problem is, when you buy a tire online, sometimes you're getting a 20-year-old tire, which is not good. You're getting a discontinued tire, which is not good. So, and if you go to try to take it back or something, you're a lot of times not getting a very good deal. So, you know, I would rather do business face to face with somebody. And if I have a problem, I say, hey dude, come on now. What's the problem with this? This tire's 20 years old. What are you doing here? Try doing that with 1-800 number.
Can't do it.
No.
Television. television. You've been on the show, TV a lot.
Yeah, I've got a couple deals behind me there.
Texas Hardtails.
Texas Hardtails and Ma's Roadhouse.
And those were your shows.
Those were my shows. Yeah.
Now, how long did Texas Hardtails?
They both ran a year.
A year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I missed. Do you have the DVDs of Ma's Roadhouse?
I do.
Here?
No, I don't have the DVDs. They didn't make DVDs. We have a loop out front with some of the episodes playing. They sent me the episodes, but there's not DVDs.
Okay. All right. Well, I got the ones for Texas Hardtails.
Right. Yeah, they made DVDs on that one, but for some reason they never did on Ma's Roadhouse.
I guess everybody's going into streaming now.
I guess.
And then I saw you show up one time on Texas Storage Wars.
Yeah.
Some guy brought a Chinese motorcycle in for you to look at. And
Yeah.
I saw you one time on Biker Build Off.
Been on that a couple times.
How many other shows have you appeared on?
Gas Monkey Garage, or Fast and Loud it's called, maybe 5 or 6 times. Dallas Car Sharks once. Cake Hunters once. There was another big one I did. I did Job Swap twice. I did, I forget what it was called. There's a really popular show we did about people that were stealing from the company. I forget what it's called. I'll think of it in a minute. The cake show we did was pretty cool. I had a cake made, and I did a Studio 63, which was an auction house in Atlanta, where I went over and I took one of my custom bikes and they auctioned it off, and I taught the guy how to. I took it riding in the parking lot and was teaching him how about custom bikes and stuff. I don't know. It's been, and there's more than that. I've done more than that.
Well, now you have a radio show also.
Yeah, and we're doing a Facebook Live show, me and my daughter, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday every day.
I caught you had an interview with
Herschel Walker.
Buford Pussler's nephew.
Yeah, Carl Pusser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell which was which, you know. I was looking at both of you, like, well, they look the same, you know.
Yeah, Carl Pusser.
Gosh. Traveling. You do a lot of traveling.
Not so much anymore. I'm not a traveler. You know, I go to Sturgis. I'm going to Sturgis next weekend. My daughter goes with me. So we go up there for that. Yeah, I go every year, and do a lot of industry functions up there. You know, I go to some of the major motorcycle rallies around the country. But as I've gotten older, I've tried to cut that back.
Yeah.
Because I guess you know, you go to them and it's kind of all the same.
It's hard.
It is hard. It's hard to be away from home, and you know, I've got a business, a big retail business, so people come here from all over the country and even internationally. Well, they come in, they say, "Hey, is Rick here?" They'll call me and they say, "Hey, Rick, there's some people here from St. Louis that'd love to meet you." Well, I like to be here when somebody from St. Louis shows up, or Switzerland, or wherever. So.
Well.
Mystery Diner.
That's the name of it?
Mystery Diner.
Mystery Diner?
Yeah.
Is that where you had the cake?
No, that was Cake Hunters.
Okay.
Where people were. Mystery Diner, they come in and, you know, the premise of the show is you write the guy a letter and say, "Hey, I'm having some problems with people stealing, but I don't really know what's going on." So they come out and they put up cameras and they put in, you know, fake employees that are watching over, you know, so it's that thing. Very popular show.
Did you catch the bad guy?
Yeah,
Oh.
we did.
Charity events.
Lots of them. Texas Scottish Rite Hospital is our charity of choice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what have they done for you?
Nothing.
How about didn't you have a niece or something like that?
My niece was born with some spinal issues, and they took care of her, and my grandma loved Texas Scottish Rite Hospital, so I started using them as my charity of choice in my grandma's memory.
So you just say, hey, come on out here and we'll have a place for you. Have a lot of rides
We do.
for different
We do, and a
events.
lot of people use my venue. They'll say, hey, we want to have a big charity thing. Can we have it at your place?
Right.
And the advantage of having a charity event here at Strokers is you not only bring in your people for the event and the people that you can entice into showing up, you also have my people that are here hanging out, drinking beer, listening to music to draw off of as well. So it's a built-in group of big-hearted people, bikers.
And you have concerts out here every now and then.
We have live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
So this place is open
Every day.
every day, 8 days a week.
8 days a week.
Talk about Punch Wally.
Punch Wally Garage is the aforementioned hot rod shop. We work on classic cars. I'm not working on any new cars, with a couple exceptions. I'm not working on any foreign cars, with a couple of exceptions. But as a general rule, we're working on classic American-made cars, which I'm looking to hire a couple of technicians, by the way.
How's that doing?
It's doing wonderful.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. How long do you intend to keep on going with Strokers?
Till they carry me over on Irving Boulevard.
Who would take over if you,
My daughter,
your daughter?
Lena.
Okay.
Lena.
All right.
The reason I say carry me over on Irving Boulevard, that's where the cemetery is.
Right.
Oak Grove.
That's where a lot of people we know are buried.
My mom's buried there, and a lot of people I know is buried there.
I got a lot of friends over that way.
I do too.
So, to wrap it up, I want you to look at the camera like you're talking to an MHS student and tell him what you think he or she needs to know about the world of work.
Nobody owes you anything. They owe you nothing. So if you've made good grades in school, that's awesome. If you didn't make good grades in school, that's okay. That's okay. It's about your work ethic. So a couple of things. If you think, well, I don't need to go to college, okay, well, look at all the colleges there are in the country. Look at all of the kids that are in all of those colleges. You're talking hundreds of thousands. Every one of them's ahead of you if you don't go to college. Every one of those hundreds of thousands of kids are going to get a better job than you if you don't go to college. I didn't go to college, but I had a good work ethic. So if you don't go to college, I would encourage you to go to a trade school. And if you don't go to trade school, or if you do go to trade school, or if you do go to college, that piece of paper is going to help get you a job. Once you start that job, that piece of paper is trash. That piece of paper is gone. It's how good of a worker are you? Or if you start out working in a paint warehouse like me, pulling orders, how good of a worker are you? Because if you're a good worker, you can write your own ticket. You can be as instrumental to the company as you want to be. You know, if you're just a guy that says, okay, I'm working from 9 to 6, I get there at 9, we go to lunch at 12, I come back at 1, I clock out at 6, and you're just one of the guys, guess what? You'll be one of the guys. You're never gonna make it to being anything but one of the guys. When I said earlier that when I used to pull the paint orders and there was about 10 of us, well, guess what? Some of those guys are still pulling paint orders. but they're happy doing it, and they don't have any motivation or any desire to do anything extra because it's too much work. Well, I wanted to be the best one of those guys. I wanted to make more money. I wanted to have a nice car. I wanted to have my own home. I wanted to have a new motorcycle. I remember telling my mom, if I can have my own home, where I own a home, and I own a pickup truck, and I own a Harley Davidson, I'll have made it. Well, I did all that by the time I was 25 years old. And guess what? I wanted the nicer Harley Davidson, and I wanted the nicer home, and I wanted the nicer pickup, so I just kept working harder and climbing the company ladder, and that's what you have to do to get someplace. I mean, you don't have to work hard and all that. You don't have to try to get someplace. We need people in the Jack in the Boxes. We need people in the Burger King drive-thru. So if you don't want to work hard, go get your job at the fast food place. That's where you're going to wind up. You don't want to wind up there. And there's nothing wrong with there. I worked there. Use that to go to the next level and the next level. I always said if I went to work for Burger King, in a year I'll run the place, and in 5 years I'll run a whole country of Burger Kings. And I'm going to make more money. The difference between you watching me and me is nothing. It's work ethic. If an idiot like me can be successful, anybody can. You just have to work. Don't be afraid to work. That's all I got.
You don't hear that very often.
It's work ethic. I'm telling you, it's work ethic. I live in a nicer home than I ever thought I would live in, and I own all kinds of motorcycles and all kinds of cool cars and trucks and things I never dreamed of owning. Well, I got it because I work hard. You know, and there's no difference between me and anybody else. Anybody can do what I did. Anybody can, and I want them to.
Okay.
Work ethic. Work ethic.
That's good to know.
Yep.
All right, Rick. Well, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Look forward to seeing this.
All right.